What is up, everybody? It is another episode of The Recipe Connection. I am Chris. Michelle is on the other side of the camera.
Hello.
Hello. Tonight we are making a new recipe for us. We are making chicken scampi, which is a little misleading because scampi is really kind of Italian for shrimp. Not directly. It's a small crustacean similar to shrimp. And Italian cooks, when they came over to America, sort of replaced the scampi with shrimp, but kept both names, so you ended up with shrimp scampi, per my understanding. So we're going to make chicken scampi. Really, it's chicken in a garlic, white wine, and butter sauce with some rice. And we are going to start by getting this pan going. And while we're doing that, we're going to season up. We've got just about a pound of organic chicken tenders. You don't have to use organic. You don't have to use tenders. You could probably use chicken breast or whatever your chicken fancy is. But the tenders was what was called for in this particular recipe. So we're just going to hit them with a little salt and some pepper and a little garlic powder. And we're going to flip all these and hit them on the other side too. As Emerald used to say, I don't know where you buy your chicken, but where I buy my chicken, it doesn't come seasoned. So you got to season it. Whatever happened to Emerald? I used to like watching Emerald.
I don't know.
Bam! So what we have here is a couple teaspoons of olive oil. Tablespoon of olive oil. It was a tablespoon, not 2 teaspoons. A tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. It's 2 tablespoons? I had that way wrong. It didn't look like 2 tablespoons, but it is. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Let that get going for a quick second, and we'll add in our chicken tenders. Hey-yo. This won't take long. These tenders are relatively small. You want to brown them up and cook them through, but you don't want to overcook them. Watch this. Disappears. Gone. Magic. Alright, so we'll let those go a little bit. And you can watch me do it. We can do it in high speed, or maybe Michelle will cut it off. I don't know. We're just going to let it roll and see what happens. We've done all our prep work. For me, prep work is key to cooking. I found that if I get all my ingredients measured out, separated ahead of time, Michelle has been preaching this for a while. She does it. I'm new to cooking somewhat, so this has turned out to be really, really great. We've got our teaspoon, half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of red pepper flakes. We got our butter, garlic, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, which was about 4 cloves, but depending on the size of the cloves of garlic you're buying, it may be close enough. We've got a half a cup of white wine, 3 cups of chicken broth, and a cup of rice.
Cup and a half.
Cup and a half of rice. Pay no attention to what I'm saying. I'm just a mountain of misinformation. They are looking good. We got to be pretty close. I want to make sure they're cooked through. Nothing worse than raw chicken, of course. But I don't want to overcook them either. So let's just pull one out here. Those appear to be done. So we are going to pull these out. Okay, we are going to take and add our butter. And we'll let that melt for just a second. All right, and now we're going to add in the half a teaspoon of salt, quarter teaspoon of pepper flakes, and 2 tablespoons of garlic. Make sure we get it all. Bam. We're gonna melt this, up a little bit. And we're gonna cook this, simmer it for about 3 minutes or so. We're gonna cook that garlic, but you don't wanna burn the garlic. You don't want the garlic to get too brown. Burnt garlic changes the taste of your dish horribly. I suffer through it. I love some garlic, but... And I've burned some garlic, without a doubt. We've got our garlic and butter sauteing away in here. How are you? If that isn't going to get more viewers, nothing will, right? Close up of me. We're going to let this go for another minute or so. There. Okay. Now we are going to turn this up to medium high, and we are going to add in our half cup of white wine. And we are going to stir this vigorously to emulsify the wine and the butter. And this takes about 5 minutes, they said. So we're going to go ahead and keep wailing on this until my arm falls off. We're going to actually look to reduce this by about half through this process. All the actual alcohol will be gone. We are almost there. We're about 4 minutes into this. We're going to give it another 30 seconds or so. All right, now we are going to take 2 tablespoons of this liquid and set it aside. And now we're going to take our 1.5 cups of rice, pour that right in here, and stir that around, get that good and blended with the butter sauce. And do this until we're going to cook the rice until it browns up a little bit. Okay, our rice is browned up a little bit. We've been cooking that down. The flavor should be all the way through it, outstanding. So now we are going to add 3 cups of chicken stock, chicken broth, and a teaspoon of salt. We are going to bring this, like you would any other rice, we're going to bring this to a low boil. Then we're going to turn it down and cover it and let it go. Got that good and mixed. We'll let that come up to a slow boil. And you know the rest. Our rice is done. I was worried it was too much liquid. It turns out that we did let the rice go for an extra 5 minutes or so. It looks fantastic now. Give it a good stir. Now we are going to sprinkle on some Parmesan cheese. That. It was our other cat, Zoe. So now they're all talking while we're filming. Now we're going to take the chicken. Okay. And now we are going to take this 2 tablespoons of liquid that we had earlier. And we're gonna drizzle this back over the top. This was what we set aside before we put the rice in. All right, and now for a little garnish. That is chicken scampi. Let's give it a shot. It looks really good. I don't even know if I'll need a knife. Probably not. I'm gonna try that rice first. It's got a lot of flavor, but to me it's a little salty. Let's try it with the chicken. The chicken's really, really good. Definitely done all the way through. That's really good. I'm gonna enjoy it for sure. I know Michelle will enjoy it, but I would probably back off the salt next time. That's my initial reaction. Other than that, it's got really good flavor. So thank you for watching. We're gonna plate this up and have some dinner. And we'll see you next time on the Recipe Connection. Have a good day.